In a second, that looks like a good-sized plane came in and hit the World Trade Center from the other side. So this is obviously, or would seem to be, and again, I'm dealing in speculation, but it would seem like there is a concerted attack against one of the towers.
Hello, guys. Hello. Even though it happened 15 years ago, I never, you can go back and where was you 15 years ago? Every time 9/11 comes around, I remember that day. I was a truck driver. Yes, and I was actually in Jersey the day that all this took place. I was actually in my bunk. I was sleeping. I remember this. My company got a hold of me because I still had my curtains closed. I didn't even have the TV on yet. I remember waking up that morning and having myself a cup of coffee. And they wrote me a little message on the Qualcomm and told me to get out from where I'm at. Just start heading east or west or south, but get out from where I was. And it's like, why? Ain't there any loads around here? And I remember she clearly asking me, did you look out your window yet this morning? Did you turn on your TV? No. Should I? And she says, get out of there, man. I opened up my curtain and I actually did literally see one of the planes hit the Trade Center. I saw all that because I was just across the river from it. And I was driving for J.B. Hunt at that time. And, what? I did exactly what she said. I got in my truck, I started heading west, and I remember that. How many of you guys remember 9/11? I remember when everybody was united. I remember where nobody was a stranger. I remember all the trucks, all the cars, all the RVs, everything out there that was on the road had an American flag on it.
Before you start your preaching, let me ask you this, my friend. Have you forgotten how it felt that day to see your homeland?
Hi, I'm Scott, Scotty, or Mr. Clean, whichever you prefer. When the 9/11 attacks happened 15 years ago, I was driving truck for St. Germain's Glass out of Duluth, and I was in the truck delivering, coming through a town called Lake George, Minnesota.
Hi, my name is Lisa, and I'm from Duluth, Minnesota. The day 9/11 happened, I was at Pinewood Incorporated working, and it was a very sad day.
Where was I 15 years ago? I was sitting in 8th grade social studies class. We turned the TVs on and we seen where one plane hit the tower. Then we didn't see the second plane, but we heard that a second plane hit. But they came over the loudspeakers and told every teacher not to turn the TV on. And if I'm not mistaken, they let school out that day early because they wanted people to go home and be with their families.
Hey now! Hey Trucker Jukebox, Fonzie Zombie Killer here. Hey, I seen your request for videos on where we was 15 years ago. Well, I was in a basement in Akron, Ohio, day trading, watching it all go down. I was already dabbling in the pre-market as the shit was shut down. And I don't know about that being attacked. You sure we were attacked? Well, I don't know. I think some things are kind of rigged and many inside jobs going on anymore. It's enough to make your head spin. Y'all be safe, be compliant, put a smile on your face, and don't believe everything you hear on the internet. 410, hey now!
So what was you doing 15 years ago when you heard what was happening?
I fixed the spring door at Ham's place. That's the fall apart.
Hi, I'm Dave LaPlante, and I worked at Munson Trucking. When we heard the news about the 9/11 attack, I got so scared I jumped out of my chair and I ran to the radio to hear what was going on. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Terry Barnes. I live here in Kentucky. Jukebox asked me to do a little clip where I was when 9/11 happened. I was at the MS Carrier Terminal in Memphis, and when I heard about it there, I just had delivered over to FedEx, and they sent me over to the terminal. And just as soon as I was going through the gate of the terminal, that's when they came across and said that the plane hit the tower. And of course, first thing I thought of was an accident, but when they said the second plane hit the other tower, then I knew it was terrorism. And if y'all remember back in 1993 when they tried to blow it up before with that rental truck, I was up there. I just had delivered in Brooklyn. I went over to Long Island to pick up some steering wheels that was headed over to or down to Laredo, Texas. And I tell you what, it was chaos trying to get out of there. It was on a Friday afternoon, and it like I never got out of there. But I do remember 9/11 very, very, very well. So my heart still goes out to the lost loved ones and the families. And always remember 9/11. And God bless them.
9/11 was a nasty thing. There's a lot of controversy about what happened, and was it deliberately or what? But the one thing is for certain, it happened on our ground here in the United States. It happened on our land, and there was a lot of people who died because 9/11. On the day of 2001, September 11th, 2,977 victims were killed in the September 11 attacks. 411 were emergency workers in New York City who responded to the World Trade Center. That included 343 firefighters, including the chaplain, 2 paramedics, and a fire marshal of New York City's fire. G.W. Bush was our president at the time. And that was the day that we actually started war with Afghanistan. Remember when we were all united? You remember when we all stood together? When that day happened, we weren't being pushed around. Everybody stood their ground. We were not being pushed around. Everybody united. The flags were flying on the trucks. You could not buy a flag that day. You could not go to Walmart, Target, any place. You could not buy a flag that day because everybody was buying them, hanging them on their houses and on their automobiles. That is a day that I will remember and probably take to my grave. And if we were around, each and every one of us inside is going to always remember 9/11. This is just a small little tribute to 9/11, to the people who perished, who worked in the trade centers, to the emergency responders. I'll say it, God bless America. And let's stay united. Let's not have another thing like that happen just so we can unite and be strong. God bless you guys. We love you. Until the next time. God bless you. Later.